And I know exactly what to do if I want to sell 1.1375 million records in Canada. I just become David Coverdale.
Good rock and roll history. The band continued until 1980, till the death of drummer John Bonham. In '82, Robert Plant launched a solo career that took him through 6 albums, including the blues-covered Honey Drippers and his latest Now and Zen.
I can't write songs by myself. You know, you can't be a funny man without somebody watching or listening. And with the demise of the previous band and the 3 albums and the Honey Drippers sort of extravaganza or non-event or whatever you want to say, I started setting about looking to find a human source of excitement. And really, I fell upon Phil Johnston quite by luck. More luck than judgment, really. And the criteria was I needed somebody who could tell me some home truths and wasn't intimidated by my position or my past or my history or whatever they construed. Because if you live with yourself day to day, it's no big deal. You just got to find somebody who can adapt and really give you a one-to-one situation pretty quick, because you could spend weeks with somebody and you have to find out pretty quickly whether it's going to happen.
How does this marriage compare with the other ones you've had?
Well, this is more direct and more immediate. My marriage, in inverted commas, with Jimmy Page, we only slept together once. And I can't remember what happened. My marriage with him was okay, but it was a little strained along the line. Those were kind of very odd, strange days, the Doors once said. And as I guess I come from that time-ish, I found it a little uncomfortable towards the end working. The partnership changed and the kind of fluctuations of health and efficiency were not always what I wanted. So working with Robbie Blunt was already a bonus after the end of Led Zeppelin. And I found it very difficult, very strange to, after 12 or 13 years of working in one partnership, to suddenly bare my soul and all my kind of idiosyncrasies and my paranoias and all those sort of things with brand new people. Because really, this is entertainment, you know. Terrible thing, because I thought it was my life. As you probably know, on this new record, which is my best record, the best piece of music I've been involved with since 1973, in my estimation. Jimmy's played on a couple of tracks. He just came in one afternoon, played for 3 hours, and went home. Thank you, good night, no money. And in exchange, I said I'd do something for him. And as I'd already slept with him anyway, I said I'd do a song for his record. But in true Page form, he hadn't actually got a complete song. He just gave me a backing track and said, there you are then. And I got home and found there was no lyrics and melody, and so I wrote the lyrics and melody. So I sarcastically called it The Only One, and it'll be released on his new record label next month. Working with Jimmy, there were so many kind of areas of sensitivity and tension anyway, because it was such a remarkable thing that we were involved with. Its effect was remarkable, and that in its turn kind of backfired onto us, the kind of purveyors of this kind of whatever it was. So yeah, it's more difficult. It's a shame really, because it would be so nice if he could, or if in these kind of relationships, if the old partnerships could actually transcend into the new. In other words, could George Harrison and Paul McCartney actually work together on the same project with Jeff Lynne? Now, that's a kind of odd one, really, because they're all doing, well, Paul and George are so far apart. But if you imagine bringing Page into my world, into my musical world, which, for all its hiccups, is a particularly healthy one, you know, it would be wonderful, but it would be, I think, well, when he comes around and when he glides through Canada, maybe somebody will ask him. On the wall, underneath my shares in Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club that are now worth nothing because it went bankrupt, I've got a telegram that I found which said, it was addressed to me at some pub I was living at in England, because I ran away from everybody and was about to join Grieg and pine in the fjords. And it said, I've tried contacting you several times. If you are interested in joining the Yardbirds, please call Gerard 6671, Peter Grant. And I found it years later, long after Peter and I had severed our relationship. And I unfolded it, and there it was, and I thought, crikey. And if I hadn't have called that number, just think you guys wouldn't have had anybody to talk to this afternoon.